Hello everyone, my name is Anu. Today I'll be presenting on the research topic. The research topic for my research was sustainability in early childhood education. Here is the content for my presentation today. So the abstract, the research has the abstract. It highlights why the research was conducted. It also highlights the issues for need of the research to be done. And the main focus was the limited knowledge in the workplace challenges were the main reason that educators were not able to apply sustainability into curriculum effectively. For the introduction part, the research thesis has an introduction part that explains why the research was conducted, that includes the proposed questions for the research, and there are two main questions and one sub-question to the main question. The first question is, what are the perspectives of early childhood educator on sustainability? And the second question is, how do early childhood educators embedded sustainability into their everyday practice? And it has a sub-question that is, what are the issues and challenges faced by early childhood educators while embedding sustainability into early childhood settings? The research also contains the literature review, and the author looked at 5 different current pieces of literature that were closely related to the research topic of the author. The 5 pieces of literature provided an overview of the limitation and needs for the research that helped the author to further conduct the research. The philosophical worldview used in the research is the social constructivist worldview that enabled the researcher to use naturalistic inquiry for data collection, such as informal observation and semi-structured interview. For methodology and approach, qualitative method and ethnography approach was applied to the research with the aim to understand early childhood educators' knowledge regarding sustainability, including their practice. For the paradigm, the researcher used the qualitative research method, and one of the paradigms used in the qualitative research is interpretivism. The participants for the research were the early childhood educators working into different early childhood settings, setting X and Y, we just skip the name. And there were 6 participants from setting X and then 6 participants from setting Y, and they had different level of qualification, working experience, and in which room they were working. Ethics. For ethics, ethics were addressed in every research stage by ensuring outstanding ethical practice throughout the research process. Data collection and methods, informal observation were done, in semi-structured interview were conducted. The informal observation were done to pair with the response from the participant at the interview, just to double check the information are valid or not. Addressing validity and rigors. The researcher followed the triangulation procedures to establish the data rigor, reliability, and validity by examining it from various perspectives. The researcher paired observation and interview to generate rich data that enable the researcher to gather reliable data that adds to the triangulation. Results of the findings. The findings part is divided into 3 different parts that provides detailed information regarding the perspective of early childhood educators on sustainability, stage strategies used by early childhood educators while embedding sustainability into everyday practice, and the issues and challenges faced by early childhood educators while embedding sustainability into practice or in their settings. The result also highlights the insufficient resources and lack of opportunities for educators to participate in professional development programs where significant challenges reported by the majority of the participants. For the discussion and implication part, the research examined the conceptual knowledge and actual practice of educators by understanding their perspective regarding sustainability and the implemented strategies while embedding sustainability into practice, and identifies there is a huge gap between the conceptual knowledge and actual practice of educator. For example, and the educators had knowledge, like basic knowledge regarding the sustainability. However, they were not implementing the sustainable practices into curriculum effectively. For the last part is the conclusion and recommendation. The conclusion part highlights the major findings of the study, and one of the points mentioned in the conclusion part is the findings and discussion in this study conclude that the educators' level of knowledge is impacted by their qualification, level of working experience, and if they have attended professional development trainings or not. And thus, the author recommends that early childhood educators be updated by engaging in research activities, reading the updated articles in research to update their knowledge, visit various supporting online websites to assess the information. And furthermore, like both of the services were not providing any professional development plans for programs for the educators. That was also a challenging factor for educator to have all the relevant information regarding sustainability, and they had the knowledge, but they didn't had the actual how to implement those knowledge in actual practice. And this was the findings, and this is the research done by me. Thank you for listening.